What were some of our takeaways?
I think, we got to talk about our picks. I'm going to, I almost got it right with Koepka, but.
Yeah, you called it with Koepka for sure. Kind of missed it with Jason Day, though.
Yeah.
3 rounds.
Yeah, 3 rounds.
Just did great for 3 rounds.
Well, if he was on
He should play
live,
live.
he would have had to pick. Jason Day, 3 rounds. That's good for live golf.
Well, I was once Brooks started kind of faltering, I was not looking forward to hearing all those 54-hole jokes. So thankfully, Phil and Patrick Reed kind of debunked that joke because golf media they were ready to carry that.
I mean, but Phil also completely squashed it was not good conditions scoreable on the last day. They saw the leaders fall off and not do much, and Phil Mickelson sure did.
I say,
at 52 years old.
Yeah, speaking of Phil, I did say he would miss a cut. Definitely got that one right. But I mean, if there was one place where Phil was ever going to play well,
he likes
it's
that
Augusta.
course.
Yeah, there's no rough. It's all about chipping and pitching the golf ball. So short game.
Yeah, I mean, I had my dark horse was Sam Burns, which for 3 rounds looked super solid. I mean, I think he was 5 under through 8 holes in the first round.
Yep.
And then I don't remember which wave he was in. It felt like the Masters was just one run on day.
Right.
I believe
this
him
weekend,
and Cam Young both were in that wave that played or finished their second round on Saturday.
Yeah, but it just felt like the entire Masters just never stopped.
Yeah,
Never
blended together.
Yeah, for sure.
So who was your dark horse? Or was that Jason Day?
It was Jason Day. Brooks Koepka was the main pick, and Jason Day was kind of that, coming into it, putting well, hitting ball striping. I mean, just everything right. And whether it was the weather, the course conditions obviously changing rapidly, just didn't work out. But he still contended in a major, and I think going into the next one, that did a lot for his confidence, being where he has been the last few years. Outside the top 50. So yeah, I still think he's good to go into the rest of the majors. So I'm going to rely on. I'm going to ride him until the end of the year, and hopefully, we get a top 5 or a win.
I think Koepka will win a major this year.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
He looks ready. How do you feel about didn't you play the field? Didn't you bet on the field too?
I mean, I will hold
How do you
to.
feel
I
about
said a first time winner would win, and
Right.
Rahm is a first time winner. I mean, he has not won a Masters before.
Yeah, he has not
so
won the Masters.
I think technically I got that
you're-
right.
Yeah, you played the percentages there.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that it was Sevy's birthday?
Oh God, yeah.
Let me mention that.
Which no disrespect, one of the greatest golfers of all
Love
time.
Sevy.
But gosh, that was
That
exhausting.
one, and they linked it back to when Sergio won and stuff like that. It was a big.
I mean,
thing.
it was cool though. I mean, first time winner. But that being said, it's like, I don't think any of us mentioned Jon Rahm just because I guess we just
I was
expect
shocked
him.
that no one threw that out as well as he has been playing. How hot he can get. I think the text message story was a funny little thing too.
And I would say too. I mean, of the favorites for the field, they were talking about everyone but Rahm.
Yeah,
So he kind of flew under the radar. Yeah. That's the best case scenario for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
not in the limelight.
I was gonna say. I mean, it's a given that he's gonna have to be up there, right?
I'd say that's almost better for some of the players when you don't have to deal with all the pressure. You're not a part of the storyline, which is why Rory's falling apart every year. I think it's head, and he's going to have to get that media coverage for the rest of his life.
Yeah, and we'll dive into more on Rory and Tiger, but I think just to continue on the Rahm aspect, it was like, how much better is Rahm and Scheffler than everyone in golf right now?
Well,
ball striking with Scheffler. Absolutely.
Well, it's just, what
happened to the putter?
Well, that was kind of an unusual thing for him.
I know, but it started earlier in the week, and he just never.
Well, it was all week long.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think he finished at 4 under.
Yeah.
And, with Scheffler finished at 4 under. If he putted decent, he might have won by 4 shots.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Led the field in strokes gained, tee to green, and was dead last in putting.
So speaking of putting woes, I mean, how many players had putting woes in a tournament? The champion, Rahm. I mean, is he the first Masters winner with a 4-putt?
So he was
Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler did it.
He 4-putted 18 green.
And
to
win the tournament.
All
right.
With a 4-putt.
That was with it over already. Not on this first hole of the tournament.
Yeah.
No, but I think what kind of while we're on the putting side is think about the final or that third round. Rahm made probably 10 to 8 foot pressure par putts that just kept him in there. You know, he didn't allow the pressure to get to him standing over those putts, where I think with Scheffler, what we saw is some of those 4 and 5 footers, he missed low left, pushed a few right. He just didn't make the clutch par putts to keep him motivated.
He was stepping out of it before the ball was barely rolling.
Yeah. And I'll say, even with Koepka too, in the final day, we'll call it, so the final round, if you notice, like the first 2 rounds of golf, he putted very aggressively, very much the intent to make the putt.
Yeah.
But then those last two days, how many putts did he miss low?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and left short, either left it short or missed it low.
Yeah, I mean, on the putting thing, that's where, Saturday on 17, actually not Saturday, but 17 of the third round, when Brooks Koepka 3-putted, and he was 25 feet putting up the hill, and he left it 5 feet short, I knew it was going to be trouble from then on. Yeah. Right. Because Brooks, I think that whole entire third round, I mean, he was coming up 2 to 3 feet short on almost every single putt. And you could tell that's just like a mental fatigue.
Well, and he talked about being shaky with his putter, a while before he got on the hot streak to bring him back as a pick for me for the Masters. And that creeps back in your head. You start doing that.
To be a shaky putter and shoot, 8 under in those conditions. Unfortunately, he just got the definition of bad breaks. I mean, because Rahm's shot in the third round on 11 should have gone in the water. Essentially hit a foot off the front left of the green, and somehow the ball kicked right.
Yeah.
Right. His tee shot on 9, that was just deep in the trees right, hits a limb, falls straight back into the fairway. I mean, that's another shot swing.
When it's your day, your day.
That's the thing about Augusta. You're going to learn. You're going to either get the breaks or you're not.
Yeah. I think a lot of that comes back to just with Rahm stayed aggressive.
Yeah.
He was trying to win the golf tournament.
Yeah.
I think Brooks Koepka, when you watch him those last 2 days,
trying not to lose.
He was trying not to lose. He had already kind of, thought forward, thought he had won the tournament.
I saw a lot of defensive golf out there.
Yeah.
Same thing with Hovland,
Yeah, he played defensive. And the thing about playing defensive is, you don't make the big mistake, right?
Right.
But you make a lot of little mistakes. And at the end of the day, those little mistakes add up.
Yeah, and it starts eroding your confidence, too.
Correct. Yeah, because when you need to make the breaks, you can't do it.
Especially when you're out there for 6 hours, you got a lot of time sitting on the bench to think about it.